Hey, everybody. My name is Christoph, and alongside me is...
Brianna. Hey, guys. What's up? Thanks for having me on your show today, Christoph.
You're welcome. Why are you doing this? Well, first off, let's say that this is Strange Times, where we tell strange stories for this weird, wild world.
Welcome.
Why are you acting like you've never been here before? What's your deal? It's because it's recording during the day?
I'm just trying to be cute.
Well,
sorry.
It feels a little different. It feels like a different show because we are not recording
and
like
we can
vampires.
Be as loud as we want because our child is not in the house.
Aren't we? I would think listeners and viewers of the podcast would say I'm as loud as I be already. Done deal already.
But, it's always, maybe we just don't, obviously people can't tell listening.
Yeah.
But it's in our minds. We're always have a little bit of anxiety. Like,
Feel
oh my
free.
God, when she wakes up, here's us talking about butt stuff. and then just we've ruined our childhood. So
it's true. There is a danger. There is an inherent danger. And you might, there's a little bit of danger. You might hear a car horn. You might hear a lawnmower. We live in suburbia. So, who knows?
Cat meow.
A cat meow.
You'll hear that anyways.
A siren. All that good stuff. How have you been?
Good. It's been an interesting week, but
it has been.
I think we'll just leave that there and just pray for the best. And we have to live our lives, and we can't live in fear. And so I've really kind of stayed off of social media because it's just been a lot of negativity and just it's sad. It's it starts to make your mind wonder, like, for our future, for our kids' future. And I don't want to live like that, like there's already enough things.
It's debilitating to live like that, unfortunately.
So it's like I think my philosophy is like, obviously you guys know we're talking, if you don't know, if you're listening from another country, we're talking about the election.
There was an election?
And I feel like the best way to look at it, regardless if you're a Trump supporter or not, is like we've been there before. We lived through those 4 years. And we're going to live through these 4 years too, despite what obstacles we might have to jump through. And we just have to be the best versions of ourselves. And we can't let somebody, like, I was going to use the word dictate, but I don't know if that's the appropriate.
It's treacherous waters.
I think that, we have to just come together and love each other. And this is a time for us not to be more divided. It's a time for us to come together. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry for the rant.
We'll see if that happens. We'll see what.
That's just.
It's
I
a
know.
big old. The
that's
thing is, here's
dream,
here's
right?
my
That's
take on it. Is it's a gigantic. We'll see what happens. Right?
Yeah.
It's gigantic.
Just like last time.
It's fucking wild card of all wild cards. So, you take it as it comes. If something happens that you agree with, then hoorah. Like, if you don't agree with, you just push back. It's the nature of this country.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've been listening to a lot of music. I've been in the news. I've tuned out. I need a fucking break.
Yeah, I think we all need like a recharge, a reset. And I'm really looking forward. We're having some friends over tonight, and I think it'll be really nice to get our minds off of everything, play some games, talk some shit to each other, and just the company that it just. What really matters, I think in these times, but in all times, is our close friends and family, especially because we're approaching the holidays and stuff. And like, this is like,
there's a holiday?
And this time of year, it's like I love going to parties and hosting and planning events. So I know you're a little bit the opposite of that. We have something like going on from here on every weekend all the way to Christmas. And I love that. Like, there's like, I love downtime too, but like, I just feel like this time of year it's very warm with everything going on. I really want to just focus on my close friends and family and just celebrate each other's lives, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So we need to love each other today,
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing changes in terms of your inner circle. Nothing changes. It's just, it is what it is. Like you can't do anything about anything. Like,
let's talk about you and the holidays though. He's already grumpy because we got
because I'm
booked all this month and all next month.
Yeah, everything's lining up. Like everything, is you know,
and
my
nobody will
schedule's set
believe
for
this.
the
I think
weekends
I've
afterwards.
mentioned this on the podcast before because he loves to talk to you guys, but Chris can be a little Christoph. Sorry, I don't know who Chris is. Who's Chris? That's what I call him when I'm mad at him.
He's my evil alter ego.
But like for Christoph, like, you know, he could be a little antisocial.
I can be not antisocial.
I like that word better than introverted.
No, but antisocial means that I don't. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So for him, it's like he's really got to like breathe through. Yeah, like breathe all of these events coming up, and you know, but he'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
He's used to having a very social
wife. That's what I say.
So a social wife makes him have a social life.
Sounds like the worst T-shirt ever.
And happy life, happy wife.
Yeah. Anyways, so
excuse me. Cut that out.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. I was looking at desperately trying to like. I think if you're tired of all this bullshit and the doom and gloom and all this stuff that's just surrounding the fucking world, because it's natural for who God knows what's going to happen outside, but inside our little bubble, we like talking about the weird and wild. Mm-hmm. And so I was digging in.
As long as it's not wet and wild.
Well, speaking of wet and wild, I have a story that I pulled up. Remember that story that they gave someone? I think Elon, our dear leader, new leader, Elon. He apparently like brought Starlink to like a remote part of the Amazon, a tribe in a remote part of the Amazon, and they all became addicted to porn.
Oh, I remember that.
Well, this might be universal truth. Yeah. Because in North Korea, you know, it's infamously blocked off, right? There's no outside internet. It is just shut off to keep the leaders leading. Mm-hmm. But apparently the soldiers in North Korea were granted internet, and now they're all addicted to porn. No. So it seems like whenever you give humans, especially men, access to the internet, they just go straight to fucking porn, and they are just in it, and they are just after it.
I've been hearing speculations that Trump's going to try to ban porn.
Oh, really? I don't think that the people will riot.
And I think
people take to the streets.
No, and I think what the fear is, and I don't, you know, again, know if this is true. This is just all hearsay. Mm-hmm. One of my friends.
The internet is full of hearsay.
Oh my friend got it from the internet, but she was telling me that he wants to ban it, and then like her fear was that there'll be more rape crimes because people won't have the access to their nasty shit that they watch. No offense.
I don't think so. Porn. I think there'll just be a dirty black market for porn.
Yeah. Well, and I was like, I was telling her, I go, what about like OnlyFans?
VPNs,
because some
all
of that
stuff.
OnlyFans, like these people on there, they're getting paid to do whatever you want on a camera.
Yeah, there's no way there. I'm sure there's some fringe people who want to ban porn.
Yeah,
and maybe I don't know if Trump does or not. I haven't chatted with him about it. I don't know, but if he tries to do that, the streets are gonna fucking riot. Like it's
as much as like I'm not a big porn person. I don't care if people watch it as long as you're of age. Like, you know what I mean?
That's the golden rule. Like
the issue. Okay, I did watch porn when I was a kid, but that was because we were at my cousin's house and we stole the VHS, and he was like, "Look, this is my mom and dad's," and then no, it wasn't them.
Okay,
no, it was just
check out my mom.
They purchased it from Blockbuster, and you know, behind the curtain. Mm-hmm. Remember that area?
The
I always
doors?
like to pretend to go in there and go, hee. Yeah. And so I remember just young. Mm-hmm. We probably watched it when I was like 6.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. And he was
he was
my brother's age. We all were giggling because him and my brother were like 7 and 8, and we were just like hee. Like it's just like mentally I took it as like, oh, like adults kiss each other's butt naked. They like literally you kiss their butt naked. And I didn't, it just didn't, you don't know what that is. So we just giggled about it, and that was it. So, but I mean, my aunt and uncle should have, put that shit
Should have locked
away,
up their porn.
because apparently that wasn't the first time my nephew had seen it, because he was showing it to us.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I think that should be a rule that, obviously of age.
Underage, of course. Like, but I mean,
come on. But as a teenager, did you watch porn? I mean, I feel like.
Yeah, you saw. Yeah, everybody watched porn.
Yeah.
Is it like that's just a thing? Like, and so I like
but to purchase it.
Here's the game. 18. Here's the game: is that we should try to limit it as much as possible to underage people.
Yeah.
And then if they get a hold of it, like that's part of the fucking game. It's like drinking. Like we should definitely not make drinking legal to 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
Or 13-year-olds or whatever. But there's no way to fucking completely block them from seeing or like that's just not a reality. Yeah. And I don't think banning porn is going to help us. I think it's going to make all these like, because there's like a movement of like testosterone filled fucking men. Like that's a big movement right now. Like aggro men, like broy men. They're going to like, if they can't beat off, like they're going to be fucking tearing up the fucking street signs. Let's let them fucking beat off. I don't think that's going to be. I think if they try to do that, there's gonna be fucking riots in the streets.
Yeah,
I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's possible.
Again, like what we've talked about in the past, it's like let's focus on human trafficking.
Yes, I think that's a bigger
child
worry
abduction, which usually goes along with that. Starvation for all all humans, but my first and foremost is always children. That's what I want to see. That's what I would like to see taken care of. Like first of all, not fucking porn. Probably all the presidents be watching.
Oh yeah, well they'd be taking actions too.
Come on,
like,
yeah.
They're not just watching. Yeah. If I know anything about my presidential histories, it's just it's so unfucking realistic, and it's so like. Maybe if you want to tighten up the industry, right? Maybe make more regulations so that, these like young like porn actresses aren't taken advantage of and they get $10 to like shoot fucking 80 videos. Like maybe like lock up the industry a little bit.
Or like I was a go-go dancer like in my early 20s.
I was in the Goo Goo Dolls, so.
Stupid. And like how about, I didn't go as far as like stripping, but how about paying strippers more money? I think a striptease, like, because I come from like loving burlesque and the art of the dance, like why not pay the strippers more, like so they don't need to do that, like like, and maybe they'll want to make it a little bit more of a show, like more of a presentation, like how it used to be, like back
put some 50s. Class in stripping,
but like they're just literally just there. How many times we've gone to strip clubs and they all look checked out, they all look miserable, and like when you watch like burlesque, they love it, and you have to think, love.
Hold on, I think
my burlesque friends I follow, they genuinely love it.
I get it. I get
it's
that.
An art,
and it is an art. I get that. I get all that. But I think like it feels a little bit, burlesque feels a little bit like Playboy, right? Like the human race has moved on. Like they want to see some raw they want to see the bean, right? They don't want to get elegance or anything like that. Like I think that
there's some risque, like
as an art show, burlesque, of course, like there's great shows out there and there's all that stuff. But in terms of replacing strippers with burlesque dancers, I think the guys are just looking like, I want to see everything and I want to see it quick and I want to be able to throw dollar bills. Like they're not looking for art when they go to strip clubs. I don't think they're like, but I get you. I think
it's just maybe it's a female mentality, and because I'm an artist, like even when I would go dance, like God, planning my outfits, they were so expensive every week because I wanted to be a new character and just turn into that character. And it's funny because it wasn't even for the people watching me; it was for me. It was to make myself feel confident and good up there, knowing that I look amazing and I have this amazing costume on. And I don't know. I just thought like if maybe strip clubs went a little bit more upscale, then and paid their girls more, then I don't know.
I hear you. Class it up.
Just an interesting, concept. I know, like what you're saying. Like some guys just go for the sleeves. They want an easy cop and feel and be done with it. But yeah, like
I think there's a market for all.
I look at women.
I think there's a market
and
for
women all. Their bodies as being so much more than just that, And I would just want to empower them to know their worth,
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, if I was a stripper, I would be in a very upscale strip club.
You wouldn't be in one of those trashy strip mall ones. No,
you're touching, you're paying a lot. I'm getting a lot of money for this.
Yeah, I mean, like I think they should definitely like get as much as they can at least. Like these most of like
I know some people are just desperate and it's hard times and I get it. So
and sometimes it's like one of those things where it's like you could either get a college degree and get a decent wage, but a bunch of student debt, or you can strip.
Yeah,
that's the new OnlyFans market, right? You see teachers going into OnlyFans, you see all because it's like, well, I can make a decent wage as a teacher, or I can go on OnlyFans and I can fucking make actually like
be a foot model,
what I'm fucking worth, like you know, like I can make way more money. That's how it is, and that's I don't think you can get rid of OnlyFans. I think that is just there's too much of a market. There's probably plenty of senators and House members that are on these OnlyFans as members. Like I just don't think I don't think it's gonna work out for them as much as they think it will. If that's the plan, I can't see.
Yeah, I hear you.
Apparently, I found this also in the news as I was trying to avoid everything related to our local affairs in the United States of America.
Oh, wow.
A bloody woman known for casting spells was arrested by cops who found cooked human body parts in her home.
Oh.
A Kentucky woman was arrested after police found dismembered, membered body parts partially cooked in her home.
Partially.
So is she like the female Jeffrey Dahmer?
I'm just, before you go further, when you say cast spells, I'm like homegirl, she doing the witchcraft that you see in the movies. Like,
yeah, she's doing like the cartoon. She's doing the fear
Hansel and Gretel shit.
She's living what
and
the fucking
I know a lot of witches, and that's not a thing.
No,
I think if anything, I've never met a witch, but I think if they're just from the little research I've done, if you're going to send an offering, it'd be like a small animal or something like that. It would not be a human.
No, and I think most of the witches I know, most of the time they're lighting candles is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and it's herbs. It's and herbs like the biggest leap. And meditation. So but I mean this sounds more like
this is like the horror film. Like this is exactly what the folks of Salem feared. This is
right.
Yeah, she would actually deserve to be burned. The gruesome discovery was made by a man who had been hired to work by Trudy Fields' home. So Trudy Fields is her name. It sounds kind of like a witch name too, Trudy Fields. Sounds like a witch name from Salem, like back in the day. In Mount Olivet on Wednesday, when the workers arrived at the property, he couldn't find the homeowner, but then came across a dismembered body in the backyard. So she just had them floating around in the backyard.
Yeah, because I think like when you do your rituals, you want to be in nature. You're supposed to be grounded.
You can't do really inside.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can like to cleanse your house and things like that, but I think it's.
But if
especially she Alabama, you said, or Kentucky?
Kentucky.
She's probably in the backwoods.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
If you're trying to cleanse your house, you're probably burning some sage. If you're dismembering corpses, you're probably not concerned about cleansing your house, I think.
Yeah.
Authorities said at first he thought the remains were Fields and called the Kentucky State Police. So he thought it was the lady. He's like, oh my God, she's in the backyard.
Oh.
No, it wasn't her. Officers attended the property and found a woman's body on a blood-stained mattress. Troopers then spotted a second blood-stained mattress that had been dragged toward the back of the house, according to Louisville Courier Journal, citing an incident report. Can you imagine just the horror scene? This is not.
I mean, the look on my face is enough to.
It's enough to, yeah. It's gross.
And sometimes I'm like, I wish I was like a police officer. I would not want to find this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why this would make you.
But no, but I just because I'm so. This
Sounds
is
like
while
fun.
you're telling this story, I just want to hear what this dumb fuck woman when she's getting arrested is saying. She's just like, I was giving it to Mother Earth as an offering, or Satan made me do it. Lucifer, I would love to hear her reasoning, because she's going to have her alibi of why she had to dismember this person,
but her alibi is going to be
sacrifice
insane
them for
no matter what.
whatever.
She's going to say that
I know, but
the ghouls were after me.
See, I literally just want to hear like that. That would make me giggle inside. I mean, of course, I'd be angry, but I just would want to hear what weird shit she would come up with of why she did this. Like the voices in her head. Like, what was it?
Do you think you would have been able to become a detective? Like with this baggage, right? There's two, from what I've seen on the million true crime like shows and podcasts.
Emotionally, no, but I think I'm like pretty good at like reading people.
I think you are.
So
what am I thinking now?
How much you love me.
Yes, exactly.
See,
there we go.
There you go.
She's good. She's good.
So it's like that it would be really hard for me, especially if it was like children again. That's the hardest. I mean, finding anybody would be horrible. But I think if like on my job and I found a child, I would have to like throw in my badge, be like done, wash my hands. I'm gonna be a retired crosswalk person. Police
not a
person.
bad gig. Not a bad gig.
So, but I don't think you could either. You would be an amazing detective, but I think that you would take that home with you.
I would take it home for sure. Like I would have nightmares and all that shit. And I'm into like stories about that. But if
I know detectives, like my friend from school, her dad was a detective, and did I ever tell you this? We weren't supposed to.
Oh, he showed you the pictures, like crime scene photos.
Yeah, and my friend was like, she's like, we're not supposed to look at these, and there were so many. There were just hundreds of different. He had so many, and it was kind of
It's kind of creepy.
It's almost like
it.
Your brain, like no, I think we like had gone to his office or something.
Oh, you snuck in.
Something, I don't even know how we got, but we weren't. It was out of like a facility, and him as a person though, the most beautiful, loving, caring of all people. He was and he was Mormon on top of it. No offense to the Mormon listeners.
I don't know what that meant,
but that was baffling to me that he was Mormon. He had only one wife, and he was a phenomenal human.
I think the more than one wife thing is like a fringe of the Mormonism, right? I think that's like if
and that's
you
not
live
in California. Like
no, you can't. It's illegal, actually. Like,
I know, but I mean
technically illegal.
Yeah, but
but I don't think it's
a
who knows?
Thing in California. There might be people just not saying anything, but
they're polyamorous. In California.
So knowing him, he knew how to disassociate. He knew how to leave that at the office because
you have to.
He was just such a beautiful soul, And then this guy's an asshole, but one of my mom's friends is a detective. He's kind of racist, but that's why I don't like him. But also knowing him, I like again. It's just like if maybe they just seen it so much, it's just desensitized.
You have to desensitize to be able to cope. You have to desensitize. You have to just compartmentalize it and just.
Yeah.
It's just it's a survival thing for sure.
Yeah. So couldn't do it.
Can't do it.
Sorry.
Won't do it.
And there's
a lot of fucking crazy hours. It's very crazy hours being a detective.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Uh-oh.
It popped in my head, and sorry for springing this on you.
Oh no.
Do you think, what would you do? How would you live your life differently if you found out very early on in life that you had, let's say, 3 extra lives that you could live? And what I mean video game extra lives, right? You could die
like
3
Jumanji?
times. Yeah, you could die 3 times before you're 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? Like, how would you spend those 3 lives? Would you jump out of a plane just to see what it felt like to fall to your death?
I want to do that anyways.
What?
Oh, no.
Like without a parachute. How would you
I don't want to feel death because I feel like once you feel death, you can't unfeel that.
Would you just bank those 3 lives and hope, like, just in case you got hit by a car?
Okay, this is gonna sound really horrible.
Okay.
But I'd probably try every drug out there.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
Because I'm so like
it's OD a couple times.
Like so for me, I've only done weed, and I think it's been laced, and I've done man-made marijuana that made me feel like I was on some really hard drugs.
Yeah.
And that's it. So like I feel like it would be fun to, maybe just experiment and just knowing that fuck it, if I did get addicted, I have another, I could just
have 3 more, but you can only use it. You can only use them like before you're 50 is the caveat.
So I would try every drug. That would be one.
Fun. Would you go into a burning building and save a litter of kittens?
Oh, definitely.
Just to jump into.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like you could be like a firefighter and just like, I'm just running in, guys. Don't worry about it.
Probably like give an organ maybe that I couldn't live without.
Like a heart transplant?
To somebody.
Oh, that's metal.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking metal.
That's 1,000% what I would do. I might, cross the drugs out. I'd probably do that twice.
Okay.
To like, that would be.
You can still do the drugs, just don't go too far, kid.
No, well, yeah, but I'm just saying. I was saying the drug thing because I was like, well, I have an addictive personality. What if I really like, heroin or something?
And I'm out of 3 lives, but I gotta get my fix.
But yeah, scratch that. Sorry, I didn't say that first.
I this really is on the spot. I didn't prep you for this. So this,
yeah.
In all fairness,
I think to know that I did that would be such worth living for.
For sure.
Yeah. I wish we could do that.
And you could,
why don't we have 7 lives or what? 9 lives?
9 lives like a cat?
Yeah.
If I could give you a pitch, what you would do.
Sorry.
Is you would I don't know, do a raffle where you'd give awareness to it where you do like make people donate to a charity. I got
3 lives. Give your heart or my brain.
I don't know. There's ways you can.
How about an eyeball? Think about all the organs. I could give my heart to this person.
Yeah. Scrap it all one time.
Lung transplant, lungs to that person. My fucking, I don't know, my fucking female organs to somebody else. I don't know.
Like, would you be pissed if like
my brain?
If like a genie came to you, right? And he's saying this. He's like, you have 3, not 3 wishes, but you have 3 lives.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. Have fun. I'll see you after your 3rd death. And you went to and you died twice, like being like an awesome human, donating your organs, and then the genie fucked up. He didn't realize you only had 2.
I think he would do the right thing. And
you think so? You think he'd give you a new lease on life?
Yeah.
You better, motherfucker. I'll haunt you.
Yeah.
I'll haunt you, fake genie. This is an aside of the stuff I was looking at. Oregon police find large stash of drugs inside bag labeled definitely not a bag full of drugs. Do you think they wanted to get caught? They had to, right?
No, they probably just had your sense of humor.
But that is such a fucking
where did they find it?
In Oregon.
I mean, like, were they like, it'd be stupid if they're like going on an airplane and it was inside the bag, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. During a routine stop, Oregon police officers pulled over a stolen car. So he stole a car, put in a bag that says definitely not drugs, and found a large stash of fentanyl and methamphetamine
I'm so glad
inside a bag labeled definitely not a bag full of drugs, according to a report. The incident took place Tuesday when officers stopped a man and woman driving a stolen vehicle in southeast Portland. Fuck, like what? I can't believe that you would put this shit in a stolen car. Like I just don't understand. I don't understand. Other than just boldness. The traffic stop led officers finding a bag with 10 combined grams of 2 substances. Mia Rochelle Bagenston. We know someone in Portland, and I'm relieved it's not them. And people. Reginald Lamont Reynolds, 35, were the occupants of the vehicle, along with a bag of substances officers also found. Both Reynolds and Bagenstos were apprehended and taken into custody. Reynolds is facing several charges. Blah blah blah. That's fucking bold.
They're either really just stupid and they were just like, oh, like paranoid, dumb drug addict. Or they were like, it was just kind of funny, and maybe they were like, wherever they transport it, it's like, oh, look at my bag, trying to be funny.
Yeah, I guess.
But it was real fucking funny when you got pulled over, dumb fuck, in a fucking stolen car, idiot.
That's the part that I'm like,
I wonder how old he was.
They were 35 and 37.
So stupid. Because
so
I'm like, I have
I have
a dumb drug story. I don't know if I've shared it on the podcast, but that same awesome Mormon man that I was telling you about, though, was the detective. I went with me and his daughter were best friends. We went to Mexico.
Yep.
Did I tell the story? I feel like I told it last time. Did I? Regardless.
I don't remember. I've heard it before.
We were, me and my girlfriend wanted to smoke weed. We were I think 14. And so one of my other girlfriends, her brother was like our dealer. And so it was some homegrown good shit. Anyway, so I don't smoke weed, by the way. I probably sound like a big pothead on this show.
Yeah, no, you don't.
But you're a kid experimenting, and I smuggled
Watching
it in.
Your pornography.
I smuggled it in over the border with an American police officer in his van. How shitty of a human would I have been if I would have gotten caught? Now that is stupidity. Almost as stupid as these dumb fucks. And I recognize that. I was also 14. And so I was very young and dumb, like they say.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is that we did get pulled over.
Yeah.
But because my friend's dad spoke fluent Spanish, and because he was an officer, they fucking did not. They checked the back of our car, but they didn't come inside and check like where I had it hidden.
You could have ruined that man's life.
What was I even thinking? And me and my girlfriend are looking at each other like, we're going to fucking jail.
No, he's going to
jail. Like, she's gonna ruin her stepdad's life. I'm gonna ruin all their lives. Like, I'm ruining my life. My mom would have killed me. Stupid things. But at least I was 14 and not 35.
Yeah, that's there's a cutoff on when you can get away with that kind of shit.
Oh my god,
fentanyl's pretty rough.
Very scary.
Super scary. Well, I mean, it's important, like you were saying, it's important to know what's in your car and make sure you keep it properly. And we're in. Oh, sorry. We're gonna move over to Poland. Enough of this U.S. shit. Apparently, a funeral home in Portland had to issue an apology because they're a tramp. I don't know if it was a tramp. Let me start this again. A funeral home in Portland issued an apology on Saturday after a corpse that it was transporting fell out of the hearse and into traffic.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Like, do you ever, like, what's your reaction if I were to croak, right? And you were like in the procession and I was in a hearse and I fell out and ran into traffic. Like,
there's been like videos of that shit happening. Like, like you see like going viral on Instagram or TikTok. And I'm just always just mortified. Like, how? And it's usually in different countries, but it's like things go wrong sometimes. And I would be besides
Would
myself.
You be understanding of the funeral home? Would you
no,
go after them?
I would probably sue, like, because I would already be so in a place of devastation.
Yeah.
And like the fact of like losing you would already be so devastating, and I'm already like broken.
And then I'm causing traffic, which is not cool.
And then witnessing that, you'll never forget that. Like, you don't get that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is going to be burned in your memory forever. Yeah. And it would make losing you even fucking harder for me. And so that I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to fight because I'd be such at a low place that I physically couldn't, mentally.
Would you be able to get over to would you be able to, like, if I'm giving
They're like, well, comp your, oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Could you put his parts back together, Tiffany? Like, we're run over. Thank you.
10% voucher on Royal Caribbean cruises. Here you go. Enjoy your cruise. If I gave you the clearance now, I'm going to give you the clearance now.
Oh no.
Would you ever be able to find the humor in that and it'd be like a fun dinner party story like 10 years after that fact?
knowing like your sense of humor, maybe.
It'd be hilarious. Would you be upset at me if I did that on purpose? Like I was like, hey, I'm dying.
If I found
Funeral
out,
home, can you?
if I found out that you did it, but I think that I don't know, because I feel like I know your sense of humor better than your daughter, and I don't think I would want her. I don't think that. I'd want if she was in the car with me. I just don't think she's ready. There's no way you could be like, for your sense of humor.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
And he's actually alive. Come out, Chris. Like that would be a horrible prank.
I would beat your ass. like I would go to prison.
If you faked your own death and you had to leave the country.
Fake your own death stuff again.
Where would you go? Where would you want to go? Like to live a kind of
you already know.
Isolated life.
You already know.
Where?
Italia.
Why?
It's fucking Italy.
If you can't be anonymous there.
I would literally retire there.
Okay.
I love Italy.
What would your new name be?
And I don't know. Capri.
Mario Luigi.
You're such an asshole.
No.
I get to change my name.
Yeah. Pizza.
No.
Pizza pizza pie.
It has to be an Italian name?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
If you want to blend in, sure. What if you have to choose your own name? What would you choose? I
really like the Italian name Giovanna.
That's beautiful.
Giovanni, Giovanna.
Yeah.
You can go by Gia. I like that.
Okay. Is that like if you had if you could change your name now, what would you want to change your name if it was easy?
Yeah. I feel like my name, like,
do you like Brianna?
Okay, here's what's crazy. Like when I was a kid, my name was so unique and different. Nobody had my name. You couldn't find it in the little gift shops at Disneyland where they have the little keychains that spell your name. And if they did, it was always, as I got older, it was always spelled different than the way I spell mine. So not that I want a popular name, but now it's funny because it was so not popular. And then now it's so popular. And everybody that I know with the same name as me, I'm kind of like, ew. so I'm like, yeah, I'd probably change my name.
Yeah? What would you want your name to be? Giovanni.
Jennifer.
You'd want to be Jennifer?
Just kidding. No, I think Giovanni.
No offense to my Aunt Jennifer. It's a lovely name. But
Gia.
Why?
Even just Gia.
Gia?
Gia's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I changed my name too.
To what? You don't know.
I don't know. Thunder or something like that. Something
so
cool.
Stupid.
Thunderbrooks. Can you imagine?
Speaking of meowing cats.
What's he meowing about? What's your deal, dude? Oh, something about Oregon. We're stuck in Oregon. We're going right back to Oregon. We're stuck in Oregon because apparently in Oregon, an ambulance hit a cyclist, right? They were driving along. They hit a cyclist. Mm-hmm. Then they had to rush the same cyclist the ambulance is already there. Good news. Mm-hmm. But they had to rush the dude to the hospital. But after he got out, he's like, okay, great. No worries. I get it. It happens. They slapped an $1,800 bill for him. In Oregon.
And it wasn't his fault.
It was not. And who was struck by an ambulance that made a right turn into him, fracturing his nose and leaving him with scrapes and other injuries across his body, has filed a $997,000. It's a little excessive, dude. Lawsuit against the ambulance provider that after it scooped him up, drove him to the hospital, and then billed him for the services. That's wild. I think that's like.
Is that him?
That's him. Oh, shit. I think if in an ambulance, it's like, when you get bad food at a restaurant, the bill's on us this time.
There's a trash bag over him.
I think it's like a blanket. It must have been his jacket or something. He looks rough. He looks like he's in rough shape.
Yeah. But
our healthcare system is fucking broken.
I would sue that much for finding your body on the.
You would sue $1 million just because they didn't lock the back of the hearse?
Yes.
It's just they didn't lock the back of the hearse.
1,000%. Again,
mistakes happen.
And this guy, he's going to be traumatized for the rest of his life. Like, I would never ride a bike again. He probably can't, physically.
Yeah, he might not be able to.
So, shit, he might, for the rest of his life, be in rehabilitation. Have to, maybe if he doesn't have family, he's going to have to hire a nurse to, help him in and out of his car. There's so many, You know, so I know people are still happy, but like we don't know his circumstance yet, you know.
So you're basically saying like $1 million is getting off easy.
Yeah.
Wow. Aggressive.
I don't. I'm
gonna have you file the lawsuits if anything ever happens to us, because you're gonna be aggressive.
Well, who knows what his bill is going to be for all of those surgeries he's going to need too, you know.
Well, they already charged him at least $1,800. At least he's out of pocket.
But that's just for the for the how much time he's going to be, you know, at in the hospital and everything else, all the surgeries and whatnot.
Crazy. Wild. All right, we have a hard out. We have this is what happens when you record during the day. But we'll get a new episode up hopefully sooner than a week. We'll try to get out early just for you, since we have to have a hard out on this. Thank you so much for watching / listening. You can find us on all the social medias at Strange Times. You could email us at strange.times.show@gmail.com if you have any comments or concerns. If you want to tell us how you would waste your 3 lives, let us know.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, and thanks so much for watching. Listen, whatever.